To speak a share meeting, and I'm really pleased that Katie's come along to share her experience, strength and hope with us for about 20 minutes, half an hour. I'll hand it over to you, Katie.
Thank you, Tom. My name's Katie, I'm an addict.
Hi, Katie.
Hello. I went to a meeting earlier and I said to some of the girls that I've been asked to do the share at this meeting and that I hadn't done the main share. I think I've done it once before. I hadn't done it in, 4 years ago. I think I might have been about 18 months or 2 years into recovery, and I shared for 45 minutes, and I told you everything that I was pissed off about. I said stuff along the lines of, so when I was born, right, this happened, and then like I was 2, and then that happened, and it pretty much went along those lines until it got to people giving me quite filthy looks that they needed to go out for a cigarette, and 2, that they were bored of me. And I was like, oh no, I've not shared about the steps. Oh well, yeah, thanks for listening. And all I remember, the feedback from that share was the lady secretary said, I thought you'd share completely different to what you did tonight. I'll open it up. And I remember thinking, all right, bitch. Poor me. My son, my baby son, and my fiance are in the room, and aren't I a lucky girl? And I'm aware that every time he makes a little noise, I kind of want to get up. There you go. That was easy, weren't it? I got rid of them. I can talk about them now. For the purpose of the tape, my partner has left the room. Okay. I love this meeting. I love the people in this meeting, especially the committee members. And I used to be frightened of this meeting. When I first come up to Bury, I don't think I was doing meetings for a few months, but I don't think I'd tried any up here. But coming up to Bury, I got into recovery. Stayed clean for a treatment centre and went to meetings locally. And I've recently celebrated my 6 years. Thank you, Mikey. I think it's the 15th. So 10 days ago, I was 6 years clean, and I've gone through a bit of reminiscing of when I first came in, and the change. I mean, even at 2 years clean, to sit here and talk to you about how I still felt anger towards not feeling loved, or this happening, that happening. It just shows you where I was at. And any of you that were here, if you remember, if you haven't blocked it out of your memory, I hope you've seen some change, because I definitely feel that I've changed. And I believe that by working these steps, 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous, and trying to practice the principles in my everyday life as much as I can, against me trying to fight not to, I believe that I've changed because of that. I don't, staying clean for me, I've stayed clean. I don't think I've particularly been in recovery. And I can see that. I can see that people don't change unless they do the work. And if I heard people talk about the steps in shares or whatever, I'd get slightly resentful, because I'd be like, fuck off. I haven't done them. I'm not doing them. I just really wanted initially just getting clean was massive. I'd never been abstinent in my life of anything, and I was on a pink fluffy cloud of wow, I've survived my own demise, kind of, just close to the end, and kind of had a spark of hope, and got clean, and I was really happy about that, but without maintaining something like what I tried to do today, the program of recovery, I got really ungrateful, and I got quite unwell, and I believe that it's very natural for me as an addict to try and fill a void with it, like whether it was spending loads of money or in and out of unhealthy relationships, gossip, anything to kind of... I haven't really prepared for today. A bit knackered, actually. Bear with me, please. In a nutshell, I hadn't changed. So I just moaned and got more and more kind of unwell, but still clean. Very judgmental. I remember hearing a woman once, I think I was about 9 months clean or something, and she was about 4 years, and she was crying in a meeting, and I remember thinking, look at her, 4 years clean, ain't she done the fucking steps? Or hearing someone say, it's not worked out with me and my sponsor, and this is my third sponsor. Whatever. I'm going to be amazing. I'm going to be perfect. I mean, let me put you in the picture. I did a year of treatment. I did primary up here in Bury, and then I was that fucked up, they sent me to London to a women's treatment centre. Within a couple of days, it was, oh, by the way, you're off to London, we got you a bed. Sorry, what? It's a women's treatment centre. I don't think so. It's like, women, you're joking. We think you've got men issues. Batting my eyelashes while probably pushing my boobs together. No, I don't think I am. To the male counsellors. So I did a lot of treatment. And it was great. It gave me that opportunity. I felt very held, and for the first time, kind of people, it's what they were paid to, listen to me, So I thought that was all right. I have no idea where I'm going. This is just going to be a shit show. In the hope that you'll identify with this, I didn't come to NA because I wanted a group of mates. I didn't come because I was bored one night and EastEnders weren't doing it for me. This can be a little bit like a soap opera in here, don't get me wrong, but I didn't come here because I'd had a couple of bad weekends. This was last knockings. This was the dragging myself through the door, hating you all, not wanting to be part of this. But as I said earlier, that spark within me to want to survive my disease. And so as I say, I've been reminiscing 6 years of recovery, but I always kind of, at my birthday, I always kind of go back to how I got in. And it was Christmas time. I'd got moved up here from London to be with my family, to help run a pub. We had a pub in Newmarket, which I helped them run it to the ground. They went bust, they lost everything, and they moved into my one-bedroom council flat with me. And I was deep in trouble, and I disappeared for a few days. I never bought them Christmas presents. I mean, I'm talking dad, mum, 2 brothers and a dog in a one-bedroom flat. And I walked in Christmas morning with an attitude, not slept. I'd been away, I'd been drinking and sniffing and pilling for a lot of years, and I'd stopped smoking crack when I was about 18, 19. Because in my eyes at that time, I thought I was a junkie, I was getting into trouble. But of course, what I thought was party and what would help me run pubs and stuff, I thought was all right. I'd gone back to smoking crack anyway, and I was deep in psychosis and in trouble. And I walked in and told them to fuck off, because how dare my mum have a heartbroken look on her face, that she was sick of me, sick of going through this and watching me kill myself, and the disrespect that I displayed to her, my family, to myself, and told them to jog on. And I don't know whether it was that night or the next day, a bit of a come down, but I do remember for the first time thinking, I can't do this anymore, and praying to a God I didn't believe in, that I've had enough. I was heartbroken. I apologise if you've heard me share this before, but I went back to a drug that I fell in love with, that used to cause me to have tears down my cheek in pure and utter bliss. Go away, whoosh. Any abuse I'd ever gone through or put myself through disappeared. And to go back to it was my using equivalent of the last knocking, the last saloon, whatever the saying is. And it was shit. I never got out of my face. I never got that oblivion, that ecstasy. I never got what I had when I was younger. And then I started to get desperate, and I'd do more to get it, and I smoked more, and I tried everything I could possibly do, and physically I got out of my face, lots of blackouts, but I didn't lose me anymore. I still had all this pain of years of using. I had a lot of pain, and didn't go away. And that night, my mum's eyes, I just thought she's the only one that's ever kind of stayed in contact. I mean, I've lived some lives. I'm coming up for 33, and I feel like I've lived about 5. But that was, that really helped. That was the time I surrendered. It wasn't. I used to think that rock bottom was like losing your flat, or losing a job, or being beaten or raped or whatever. I used to think it was a physical kind of consequence. This rock bottom, this was surrender to me. This was, I'd had enough. I had a spark to survive. Now I've got to fucking do something about it. And I did. So yeah, tried some meetings, in and out a little bit. Just because I felt that way, that didn't mean that I could stop straight away. And treatment, come out. And I guess you can tell I don't script my shares. I'm not in the mood to be a comedy act tonight, which I do often. I think 2 cups of coffee before I came here and the baby being around has left me quite distracted, but all I've ever done is just kept coming back. I said to you that, I've been clean and I haven't been in recovery, bouncing off the fucking walls, calling you all CUNTs, hating everything, everyone, but still turning up, still coming in, whether it was late, whether I left early, whether I went out about 10 times for fags, whatever, I still kept coming back, because some of you still said, hello Katie, nice to see you. Some of you still made me tea with a smile. Some of you walked away the other direction, A bit like when I used to order a JD and a boozer in Newmarket, I'd clear the place, because if I was on the whiskey, a little bit scary. So I could still clear a room, even in recovery. Yeah, I have just kept coming back. I've got a son that I am incredibly grateful to have, and a partner that I'm really lucky to have. Don't tell him. I'm going to delete this off the recorder, because it's a shit share. I don't want it going on the internet. And I have to work at that gratitude, because I'm a right selfish, self-centered little bastard, and I got step work to fucking prove it. Step 4, oh God, boring. Self-pity, self-obsessed. My sponsor gave me a list a little bit like, what's that religious thing? Someone help me out. Like envy, greed. Yeah. 14? Where the fuck she got another 7 from? Greed and gluttony, apparently they're different, you know. Anyway. I've tried to be a good member of NA. I've always tried to do service, and I've always just been me, and I will continue to be me. It wouldn't be my share if I didn't tell you about the twins. You know, that's a massive part of my life that I have learned when to share, and that sometimes it's not appropriate to share. It's okay for me to not tell people. But when I was 2.5 years clean, in and out of a relationship, I got pregnant, and at 6 months I went into labour, and I wasn't with the guy at the time, and I gave birth to my twin sons, Bobby and Tommy, 3 years ago. And Bobby lived for 1 week, and baby Tommy lived for 3 weeks. Now, from coming out of treatment and doing the rooms and doing meetings and just kind of taking bits, I'm not as silly as I look. I heard about sponsorship. I'm on my 4th one. I'm 6 years clean. I fucking cry in meetings. You know, it's all right. My sponsor, she was amazing, and she came to visit me in hospital and hold my hand. She held my hand through 2 funerals. She held my hand through seeing my ex-partner in active addiction and that heartbreak. And I said, I'm not being funny. Whether I've lost a plot, you'll have to tell me, but I don't want to use. She went, good. Got as far as step 3. Because I'd done my 1, 2, 3. But, you know. I knew that using wouldn't change my situation. I knew using would not bring my sons back. And I was very, very lucky that I'd learnt to be present in the moment and to be the best mum to my sons that I could be. And a loving, respectful ex-partner and a good daughter. And, I did, however, spend 6 months to a year daily wanting to kill myself. And I think that's important to share that if you've kind of grasped the understanding that using is not going to get better. Using does not solve problems. If you've come in here, you're fucked. So how about try a bit of recovery? Simple. That pissed me off that I'd got that. It pissed me off that I'd understood that using will not change things. I would just end up, my luck, 10 years later, brass and King's Cross with 1 leg and probably 1 eyeball. Quite an attractive state. Still going, my twins. And I wanted to respect my children's little lives. I had no partner, no other children to go for, and I tell you something now, I found a higher power. So yeah, and I continue to do the rest of my steps. I've been on 10 for a fucking year. But that's not through my sponsor, that's just me being a lazy bugger. I just ain't got it in me 5 minutes every night. That's such unwillingness, isn't it? I better be careful, I might end up using. So, my sponsor keeps putting me on the 30 days. Start again, do it for 30 days, then you can get to your 11. I've done 7 in 3 months, 7 nights. Is that any good? No, okay. I've saying it out loud, I suppose I've just acknowledged that I need to kind of crack on, because God, the steps are amazing. And if you resent me because I'm talking that I've done a couple of them, good. Hopefully you'll do them soon. Because I did. Fucking hated you lot, especially the 4 and 5s. I done my 4 and 5, it's amazing. It's fucking... I just wanted to get laid and just, I don't know, and didn't know what to fucking do with myself. Didn't know my arse from my elbow. I don't know about you lot, but it's taken me a little while to thaw out. You know, so at 6 years, if I'm a little bit nutty, that's good progress. Yeah. Anyway, my story is not. Please don't know. I don't know what my nickname is. We were talking about nicknames the other week, weren't we? And I don't know if I'm. Oh, you know, that's Katie the Twins. I don't know if that's my name. I'd prefer it if it wasn't. I stand alone, and I've Katie J, or Katie Camden Kicker. Having the twins and not using does not make me different from you lot. To go through I've got massive health issues that are horrendous, and I'm trying to accept them at the moment. I have to have pain relief, I've had to have physiotherapy, I have to have quite a lot, and I've fought it tooth and nail because you can't see it, so I'm still very critical of myself. But I don't know, where was I going with that? What did I say before that? I can't remember. I am an addict. You know, just because if you've relapsed, you're in here, you're fucking lucky, good. Probably an addict. Just because I haven't doesn't make me different. Please don't say to people, oh, God, God gives you only what you can handle, though, love, eh? Well, you're only young. Add all this. This is fucking load of shit. I don't believe in a punishing God, so my God of my understanding wouldn't go, see you, I'm going to give you a good lesson because you're strong. Life happens and I was unlucky, but I don't have to use because, like I told you in the beginning, it could have been a 5-minute share using his shit. Don't have to pick up. Please keep coming back. Thanks.